recording. All right, so what the plan is for today is I'm going to show you what it means to invert something in a circle, and then we're going to construct a few different Apollonian gaskets, one with three big circles, one with two big circles, and then one with arbitrarily sized triple of circles. Hopefully we have time for that. I think we should, because this is, once we kind of get the hang of the process, it's going to go pretty quickly. So the big key word for today is circle inversion, which sounds maybe kind of scary, but it's not so bad. So let's say I have a circle. So just arbitrary circle. And let's say I have this other circle that I want to invert in this circle. So what I need is to invert some points in the circle first. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to construct a line connecting the centers of these two circles. And the 2 points that I need to invert in order to invert this circle are not the circle center, but 2 points that are actually on the circle in line with the center of the circle of inversion. So I'm going to color these. So this one I'm going to color red, and this one I'm going to color green. Is anybody colorblind? Are we good with red and green? I think this red is a little darker than this green anyway. So basically the idea is that we want to construct tangents. Oh, hi Hasina. We're not trying to construct along with me right now. I'm just showing what it means to invert something in a circle. So if I construct tangents to this circle from this point, where those tangents intersect this circle will create a line, and where that line intersects this line through their centers will be the inversion of this point. Now, I could just use GeoGebra and use this tangents tool and get those tangents. But in case you ever wanted to be able to do this using a compass and straight edge, I'm going to show you how we would do that. So first we want to find the midpoint between these 2 points. So hopefully you know how to do that with a compass. I'm just going to use the midpoint tool, so I'm not constructing too many things. But I want to find the midpoint between the point I'm trying to invert and the center of the circle of inversion. And then I'm going to construct a circle centered at that midpoint. And where that circle intersects my circle of inversion, that's where those tangents are. So I'll go ahead and use that tangent tool now just to show you that's exactly where those tangents are going to fall. And we're going to use that trick of finding the midpoint and the circle to construct a couple of our Apollonian gaskets. So if I construct a perpendicular to the line through those centers, this point right here is what we call the inversion of this point in this circle. So I now have 1 point on my circle that I'm trying to invert. I need to repeat the process for this green point. So remember what we did. We found the midpoint between the green point and the center of the circle of inversion. I'm going to make that green. I'm going to put in a circle. Let me color code these also. Where that circle intersects my circle of inversion, I'm going to construct a perpendicular, and where that hits the line through the centers is the inverse of that point. So I'm going to zoom in here. These 2 points are the inverse of the 2 points on the diameter of my circle. And so now I can just find the midpoint of them and put in the circle. And so that little tiny circle right there is the inverse of this circle in this circle. So now below this, I'm going to show you how we do this a lot simpler in GeoGebra. So here's a circle, here's a circle. Under reflect about line, there's reflect about circle, and I can just click on this circle and then click on this circle, and it finds the inverse of that circle. So it's doing all those steps that we just did, just in one step. Okay. So that's going to be, we're going to use this reflect about circle tool a lot. But the key is going to be to find this circle that we need to invert through. Okay. So let me save this, and I'll share this file with you so you have it. Let me put it on my desktop. Okay, so now we're going to construct along. So let's start by putting in, let's do our three large circle Apollonian gasket first, because I think that one is a little bit easier to do the initial construction. So I'm going to start by putting in 2 points. I'm going to put point A at 0, 0, and I'm going to put point B at 0, 1. And I'm just going to type that into my input bar. So A equals 0, 0, and B equals 0, 1. Is anybody using GeoGebra 6 or the web version? You are, Mark? Do you need me, if at any point you need me to point out where anything is, let me know.
Will do.
It just takes a little bit more to clicks to get to all the tools and scrolling and that sort of thing.
Yep.
But we're not going to do any sequences or anything that's overly complicated, so you should be fine with the browser or Classic 6,
yeah.
Either version. All right, so I've got these 2 points in here. Actually, so right now I have my settings to where the labels don't show up. I'm gonna show my point labels so it's easier for me to talk about things. All right, I'm gonna put in 2 circles. I'm gonna put in circle AB and circle BA. So I'm gonna grab my circle with center through point tool, and I'm gonna put in AB and BA. And I'm going to put in the line AB through those 2 circle centers. And nice thing about this construction, I'm going to grab my intersect tool. This point right here, this point C, is going to be tangent to that top circle where those 2 circles intersect, because A is exactly the midpoint between C and B. So I could use my tangent tool, or I can define these 2 points, which we'll want to define those 2 points anyway. So I'm defining those using the intersect tool. And I'm just going to construct in tangent CD and tangent CE. Is that okay? Hasina, which version of GeoGebra are you using? So the intersect tool's underneath the point tool. Got it? Awesome. So where those two circles intersect, we want to put in points D and E, and we can draw the tangents from C to D and E. Now, I'm not trying to invert point C, so I don't need to like put in line DE or anything like that. Right now, we're just trying to construct our first three circles that are perfectly symmetric in this circle BA. So that's our goal. So I'm going to put in line BD. And then I'm going to put in an angle bisector BCD. So I'm going to grab my angle bisector tool underneath my perpendicular line tool. So one way, here, let me do this. So you should be able to use, like with the intersect tool selected, click on one circle and then the other circle. Does that make the points show up? So it's not working at all. You may want to restart GeoGebra if that intersect tool isn't working, because we're going to be using that a lot. Or we can always switch to the web version if we need to. I don't mind showing this there. Okay, so if you've got point A and point B, then you want your circle with center through point tool and put in circle BA and circle AB. And then hopefully that intersect tool will work now to find the 2 points where those circles intersect. So you can either click on the intersections or click on one circle and then the other. And you also want this point where this circle intersects that vertical line. So that's line AB. So with your line tool, click on A, then click on B, or click on B, then click on A. All right, so is intersection working for you now? So to get point C with your intersect tool, you want to click exactly at the intersection. So when your cursor turns into the hand, you should be able to click on the intersection. It's working now? Awesome. Good. And then for these 2 points, you can either click on the intersections themselves, or you can click first on, make sure I'm on the right tool, first on one circle and then on the other circle. Cool. All right, so we had our tangent lines in, so line CE and line CD. And then we put in line BE. And so now we're at the point where we want to put in an angle bisector in between B, C, and E. So I'm going to grab my angle bisector tool, and I'm going to click on B, then C, then E. Or I could have clicked on E, then C, then B. Then with my intersect tool, I want to find this point where that angle bisector intersects line BE. And that point F is going to be the center of one of my circles. So I'm going to grab my circle with center through point tool, and I can put in circle BE, and we can see that that's tangent to this vertical line. So I want 3 of these. So I'm going to do a couple of things where I'm just hiding unnecessary information. We don't really need these 2 tangent lines. I just wanted to put them in so that we could see that that point C is tangent to that circle at those 2 points. So I'm going to hide those. And I'm also going to hide this original circle that we constructed. And I'm going to zoom in here. And I'm also going to hide this angle bisector because we don't need that anymore. Is that okay? Do I need to show any of those things again?
Just the angle bisector. How did you just hide that?
So you can either select it in the graphics view or in the algebra view, and
Okay,
then
got it. Yeah.
right click, show object.
Yeah.
Unless you're in Classic 5 and the web version, in which case you have to navigate into your settings to show, unclick the show object box. All right, so I've got one circle. I want one here and one here. So I'm going to reflect about line. And I'm going to click on this circle, and then I'm going to click on my vertical. And that gives me my second circle. So remember the reflect about line tool, we click first on the thing we want to reflect, and then the line we want to reflect over. And then I need a little bit more information in order to get this one up here. Actually, just kidding, I can reflect this one. Yeah, we've got all the information that we need. If I wanted to do that one first, I would have needed more information, but we can use our reflect about line tool again. And this time, click on the bottom right circle, and then click on this line. And that gives us our top circle. And so now we're at this sort of, once we have these 3 tangent circles, 3 mutually tangent circles, then we're ready to do circle inversion.
how did you just do the last circle? Is that just circle on the
So
right and then the B?
yeah, clicked this circle and then this line through BE with my reflective outline tool.
That doesn't work. Oh, oh dear. Just deleted my. So when I click on that circle,
so make sure you have your reflective outline tool selected. Yeah. Then you click on this circle.
Yeah.
And then you click on this line.
Oh, that line. Okay. Okay, yeah.
All right. So now the key to filling in all the other circles is going to be circle inversion. So what I'm going to want to do is invert a circle through a circle that passes through certain points of tangency. Okay. So I think it might just be easier if I kind of show you the first one and then we do it together, just to kind of give you an idea of what's going to happen. So let's say I'm trying to put in this circle that goes right here. That circle is going to be tangent to this one, and the big one, right? So I want to locate a circle that's also tangent to those three circles. Well, that's going to be this bottom right circle. It's also tangent to these two circles and the big one. So that's the circle that I want to invert. Now, to find the circle I want to invert it through, I need the places where the three circles that are tangent to each other. So I'm working with this circle, and the big circle. I already have point E, which is a point of tangency of this circle and the big circle. I need a point where these two circles are tangent to each other. And I need a point where this circle is tangent to the big circle. So these 3 points are going to be 3 points on my circle of inversion. So don't worry about trying to do this part with me. I'm going to back up and we'll do it together. There's a circle through 3 points tool that I'll use to construct my circle of inversion. So this thing's really big, real big out here. But that's just a circle that passes through 3 points of tangency of the 3 circles that are mutually tangent to the circle I have and the circle that I want. Once I have that circle, I'm going to use my reflect about circle tool, and I'm just going to click on the circle I want to invert, and then the circle I invert through, and boop, I get my tangent circle. Okay, so let me back up and we'll do it together. So you should already have point E. With your intersect tool, click on one circle and then the next to get this point G here, or yours might have a different name, that's fine. And then click on this circle and then the big circle to get this point H. And then once we have those 3 points, underneath the circle with center through point tool, we want the circle through 3 points tool. Let me, as a quick aside, let me just kind of show you how that tool works. Like if I didn't have a circle with center that passes through 3 points tool, how would I do that, say, with a compass and straight edge? What I would do, and I'm going to delete all this So don't worry about trying to construct it with me. What I would do is I would create a perpendicular bisector between two pairs of tangents, and then these two tangents, and where those intersect, I get the center of that circle. So that's another way to get that circle, is finding those where those perpendicular bisectors intersect. So if, say, you want to try to do this with a compass and straight edge, but we have a circle with center, or circle through 3-point tool, so we're going to use it. So I'm going to click on E, then G, then H. So that gives me my circle through those 3 points. And then the Reflect About Circle tool is under the Reflect About Line tool. And just like the Reflect About Line tool, I want to click on the thing I want to reflect first, and then the thing I want to reflect about. So we're wanting to reflect this circle about this big circle. So with my Reflect About Circle tool selected, I'm going to click on this circle first, and then this circle. And then once I have it, I want to find those 3 points of tangency using my intersect tool, because we're going to use those to construct more circles. So is up to here okay?
I've got a really silly question. I do apologize to everybody. Okay. But what do you really mean about circle inversion? What is a kind of a definition roughly of what that really means?
So
what are we doing here? We're reflecting obviously that circle, and we've created that last little one. What is it? What is the
like
inversion?
you're reflecting about a line, but
Yep.
you're reflecting about a circle instead. So you can imagine like sort of how light bends through a lens.
Yeah,
And
I can see we're doing that, but what is kind of what is circle inversion as a kind of Janet and John explanation? Have you got a rough idea just to help with that one? I'm sorry,
so that
sorry,
was the
everybody.
demonstration that I did at the beginning, where
Yeah,
you're
that's right,
looking
but
at the tangents.
yeah, I'm just trying to get my head around what we're actually doing though with doing that. We know we got this other big circle appear, but what is happening? Is it something to do with maths, like 1 over something, and is it kind of inverting some kind of
Yeah,
that way?
so
Yeah.
okay, so let me pull up.
I'm so sorry, everybody.
No, you're fine. So there's actually this cute little poem.
Oh.
I forget whether it's, well, so if you go to the Wikipedia page for Apollonian Gaskets,
Right,
this is
okay.
the formula, Descartes Theorem. If you have 4 mutually tangent circles, the square of the sum of their reciprocals is equal to 2 times the sum of their reciprocal of their squares. So that's what we're doing algebraically, but it's kind of hard to visualize that.
Yeah, okay then, thank you. I thought it could be something I just wondered if I've missed something like that, because I don't know that particular term.
Let's see. Oh, here we go. The Kiss Precise by Frederick Soddy. Let me see if I can find this. Yeah, so this is like, this poem gives the formula.
Right. Okay,
So for
that's
pairs of
great.
lips to kiss maybe involves no trigonometry. This not so when 4 circles kiss, each one the other 3. To bring this off, the 4 must be as 3 and 1, or 1 and 3. If 1 and 3 beyond a doubt, each gets 3 kisses from without. If 3 and 1, then is that one thrice kissed internally. 4 circles to the kissing come. The smaller are the benter, so they have a tighter curvature. The bend is just the inverse of the distance from the center. Though their intrigue left Euclid dumb, there's now no need for rule of thumb, since 0 bends a dead straight line, and concave bends have minus sign. The sum of the squares of all 4 bends is half the square of their sum. To spy out spherical affairs, an oscular surveyor might find the lack laborious, the sphere is much the gayer, and now besides the pair of pairs, a 5th sphere in the kissing shares, yet signs and 0 as before, for each to kiss the other 4, the square of the sum of all 5 bends is thrice the sum of their squares.
Thank you. I'll look back on the recording and check all those websites out. Thank you.
But so if the algebraic thing helps, for me, it's hard to visualize the algebra. Like, I can do algebra, but the algebra doesn't help me see it. So, yeah. If you have these 4 circles that are tangent to each other, the radius of this one is defined by that formula. All right. So let's say we now want to put in a circle right here. I need some points of tangency. So let's grab our intersect tool and put in those 3 points. So I can either get them by clicking on the intersection or clicking on one circle and then the other. And now let's think about if I want to put a circle right here, it's going to be tangent to this circle, and this circle. So which circle am I going to invert?
Sorry, is this still circle through 3 points or not?
So we're not doing a circle through 3. Well,
Oh,
not yet,
okay.
because I've got to know which circle I'm trying to invert first.
Going to be the one that goes through point H, the smaller of the one that goes through point H. Oh, wait, no.
This one?
Wait, which one are you?
So I'm trying to put a circle in right here.
That point. Okay, sorry, I was flipped. I was putting it in the other side.
Yeah, if I
so
was
it'll
going
be
to
the
put one in here, I would invert this circle. But if I want to
Yeah.
put one in here, I want to invert this circle,
Right, yeah.
right? Because this is tangent to the same 3 circles that this one will be.
Yeah.
So I need to put in a circle through these 3 points, H, J, and I.
Is this the circle through 3 points?
This is the circle through 3 points. And it's through those 3 points that are the mutual tangents of any 2 of the circles. Then we can use our reflect about circle tool and click first on the circle we want to reflect, and then on the circle we want to reflect through, and we get our little tangent circle.
Wait, sorry, which one do you click on first? The bottom?
The one centered at F.
Yeah, okay. And then
the one that goes through H, J, and I.
oh no, done it. Oh no.
Uh-oh.
Oh no, I've just deleted the whole thing. How do I get that back? File undo. How do you go back
edit,
on this?
undo, or Control Z?
Okay. I've created an L point. That's wrong. Okay.
This is a good time to save our file.
No, yeah, I'd saved it. I'd saved it before. But so it's reflect about line. Was that the tool?
We want reflect
No.
about circle.
And then so it's the F circle, and then which circle? The H
Yes.
circle. Oh, okay, fine. That's all right. Thank you.
Yeah. I'm really bad about saving, so.
No, I've been saving a lot because if I miss something, then I've made an error, and then I can follow the instructions if I can see the instructions, but it's very difficult for me to do it otherwise.
Yeah.
So I've got two screens open.
Oh, there's somebody in New Mexico right there. Hey, here to make us all jealous.
Happened to see your invite and thought I'd see if you're still going.
Yeah, we're
Looking
still
forward to
going.
the recording.
Yep, we're recording.
All right, great. I'm not going to stay.
All right, good to see you. All right, let's put in our next little circle next to this one right here. So the three circles that are tangent to it are this one, and this one. So I have point H where these two are tangent, and I need these two. I'm going to go ahead and put in all three of those points of tangency just because we'll use those later. So I'm going to put in those three. And if I'm putting in this circle right here, I want this point, and this point to define my circle of inversion. Does that make sense? So we're going to grab our circle through 3 points. And I'm going to put in circle MLH. And then can we see which circle we want to invert through that circle? So remember, it's going to be the one that's mutually tangent to this little circle, and the big circle. So that's got to be this circle, right? Good. So I'm going to reflect about circle, and I'm going to click on this circle and then this circle. And then we could kind of just keep going, reflect this circle about a circle, reflect this circle about a circle, etc. But I'm going to put in maybe a couple other of these, and then you can kind of continue this iterative process on your own. Let's say we want to put in this circle right here. Which circle of inversion do I need to draw in?
That'd be the top center of the three that are the same size, the one that comes up to H.
Yeah, that's the one I'm going to invert. And I need to put in the circle through which 3 points to invert it through.
That'd be M, N, and I.
Yep. So I'm putting in this little circle of inversion, and then this is the circle that I want to invert to get right here. So I'm going to reflect about circle. I'm going to click on this circle.
Wait, sorry, how did you just get that? How did you just get that along the first circle? N.
So you should have these points of tangency.
Yeah.
And I'm using a circle through 3 points.
Yeah.
M, N, I.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then the reflect around.
Then reflect about circle.
Circle.
And I'm clicking on this top large one, and then that MNI circle.
Yeah.
So at this point, it's really just a question of keeping track of where we need to put a circle of inversion and which circle we're trying to invert. So let's say I want to put one in right here. I'm going to put in this circle through those 3 points, because it's these 3 circles that are mutually tangent to it. And then which circle am I going to invert to get this little circle? Yeah, the big one, because that's the one that's also mutually tangent to those 3 circles. So I'm going to reflect about circle. I'm going to click on my big circle, and then I'm going to click on this circle. How far do we want to go with this before we do the 2 big circle version?
All the way down, all of them.
Well, seeing as there would be infinitely many, we can't do all of them, but we can put in some more. So let's say we want to put in JLN. So I'm going to put in the circle through those 3 points, and then the circle that's tangent to these 3 circles is again the big one, right? So I've got this circle through 3 points in, and then I'm going to click on the big circle, and then that circle. And notice I'm focusing just on this little section right here because everything else can be gotten through reflection.
My little circle isn't coming up. Why is it? I don't reflect about circle.
Did you reflect the large circle about this circle?
It's not clicking on that. It's not clicking on that circle for some reason.
So you might need to zoom in a little bit.
No, it's not. It's not doing it for some reason. I've got the circle JLN.
Mm-hmm. So make sure you've got your reflect about circle tool selected.
Yeah, I have a reflect about circle. Yeah.
And then you click on the big circle first.
Yeah, I've clicked, it's clicked, yeah.
And then JLN.
It's not coming up for some reason. For some reason it's not clicking. If I select the first one
Mm-hmm.
and then select the second one, it's just not doing it.
Is it switching tools on you? Like you don't have your move tool selected, right?
No, I don't have the move. When I click on the second circle, it just comes up with a D1 point.
So make sure when you're selecting your big circle that you're not clicking near a point, because you may be selecting a point rather than the circle.
The circle comes up though, so it highlights.
Okay.
And then but then I can't select the circle. Yeah. But I can select them individually.
So
I don't know why.
If you can select them individually, it sounds like it's not selecting your reflect about circle tool correctly.
Yeah, it's been doing it. But it comes up with some kind of point. It comes up with like an E point.
Hmm.
No, it's not doing it. Maybe if I redo the...
Do you accidentally have more than one circle through those 3 points?
Well, I've cancelled the circle, so if I then go back and circle through 3 points, and what is it? Just JLM, isn't it?
Yes.
Okay, and then I've gone to reflect object in circle,
Mm-hmm.
and I've selected that main circle. No, it's not doing it for some reason.
Hmm. But it was working before.
Yeah. It's coming up with like this E1x squared plus y minus 1.54 squared 0.22.
I mean, that's what it would look like in the algebra view.
But no circles coming up.
I wonder if you're clicking on the right circle. Click on what comes up in the algebra view and see what gets highlighted in your graphics view.
Yeah, when I select C1, then it comes up with the C1 when I select it.
So when you select the thing that you just created in your algebra view,
Yeah,
are you able to
yeah.
see it over in your graphics view?
Yeah, it comes up, but it does when I click on the two circles individually. So when I do the E, that one which you got, and then the C1, they both come up. Is there a way to do the about 3 points with just clicking on those two then? No.
No.
So they both come up.
So after you did your circle inversion, something
Yeah,
appeared in your algebra view.
yeah.
What shows up in your graphics view when you click on that in your algebra view?
The main big circle.
Okay. So what's happening is somehow you're creating
Another circle.
another circle over the big circle.
But how's that possible?
So somehow you're inverting the circle about itself. So somehow it's not clicking on the circle through 3 points when you're to create this little circle. It's clicking on this circle twice.
Yeah, so why is that?
I'm not sure.
Mm.
But that's what's happening if you're getting that big circle as your result.
Yeah. I don't know why it's not working.
Well, let's try to do a different one and see if you can get that one to work. So let's try to put in this little circle that would go right here. So I'm going to grab my intersect tool and put in these 3 points of tangency. And I'm going to put in a circle through these 3 points, O, Q, and H. And then these are the 3 circles I want to tangent. So I need a circle that's tangent to these 3 circles. So that's going to be this one. So I want to invert this circle through M, N, L, and P through circle O, Q, and H. So I'm going to reflect this circle about this circle. Did that one work for you?
No.
I would say it sounds like your GeoGebra is not working properly, so I might save and close and reopen it. Okay, Gail, let me see your question.
I'm sorry, Sarah, but which one did you use for do the inversion from last time? The very tiny one, the last small one.
To get this one?
Oh no, the one above the
This
last
one.
one. Yeah. It's a
So
reflection of.
you can always tell by look at the 3 circles that it's tangent to.
Right.
And what other circle is tangent to those 3 circles?
Oh, the big one.
No, not the big one.
No.
Because the big one is one of
Oh, sorry.
the
right.
3 circles, right? So it's this one.
Right.
This one's tangent to the big one, this one, and this one.
It's still not working. I've closed it and opened it again, but not.
Well, maybe we can do the next one in the web version of GeoGebra. And
It was working though, so I don't know why it's just suddenly.
yeah. That I don't have an answer for, unfortunately.
No, it's just not selecting it.
Gail, I'm trying to understand the question that you asked me in the chat.
I said it's only if you only got chances because you might cover it anyway. I think you have those kind of 3 big circles in the middle, and then we
Yes.
created another one which you've got as IKJ. Yeah. So and then you put a little circle in the middle. Now if we only had those 3 circles around it, how do I do that? Kind of create the big circle around a tangential circle to them 3, and then doing it.
We will cover that.
Yeah.
We'll cover that
brilliant.
last. Yeah, we'll cover that. You may not like the answer. It's not easily constructible with a compass and straight edge, and it involves hyperbolas.
I've never been able to do it, and no one's helped me with it. So.
Oh, yeah, we'll cover that.
Anything that'll help, brilliant. Thank you.
Yeah, we'll cover how to do an arbitrary one. So let's say that's as far as we want to go for this one. I want to make sure we have time to do the 2 big circles with the smaller circles. But hopefully, do we at least get the idea of how this process is working with the circles of inversion through the 3 points and then the inversion step? So let's put in a couple of lines that are going to act as mirror lines. So I think that's maybe the only one we were missing. And then we can use reflect about line to put in the reflections of those. So I'm going to hide all of my circles of inversion. Oops, didn't hide that one. And I think I'm going to hide my points also. And then I'm going to use my reflect about line tool to reflect these circles about this line. About this line. Oh, I can reflect this one too. And then about, I can reflect either one of those groups over the line, whichever line. So I'm going to reflect these. And I'm holding down Control and clicking.
How do you reflect the first one?
So with the reflect about line tool,
yeah,
you click on a circle and then the line that you want to reflect over.
oh, that works.
Well, that's good.
Yeah, but I don't
So
have
reflect
full
about
circles
circle's
now.
not working, but reflect about line is.
Yeah.
Let's see. I think to make this thing complete, we need the little circle in the middle. So I'm just going to put in 2 intersection points and circle with center through point to put in that little middle circle. And I'm going to hide my lines. And I've got Apollonian gasket number 1. And you can get as detailed as you want to with this on your own time. And hopefully you will. I would love to see how kind of crazy detailed you guys get with this. All right, so I'm going to make a new file. And actually, I think I'm going to do this one in the browser version of GeoGebra, just to kind of put us on a level playing field. So I'm going to geogebra.org/geometry. This isn't my favorite version of GeoGebra, but it's, I guess, the most accessible and the least glitchy. So it is what it is. So I'm going to go into my algebra and I'm going to type A equals 0, 0, and B equals 1, 0.
You can get the classic on through the web.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Wait, I can't even log in to the web. I've logged in, but it doesn't come up with the So just do create or.
So go to calculators, geometry.
Calculators. Okay. Then
So I put in point A as 0, 0, and
where
B at 1, 0.
Where's the input though?
And if you click on algebra next to the plus.
Okay. So you put it, okay, you put it at the top then.
And okay, I'm labeling new points only. want to order by object type. I want to show the
How do you get
definition.
that right thing? I don't have the right algebra thing. How do you show that?
The settings,
Yeah.
there's a little gear, and then you go to settings.
Yeah. Oh, okay, it just comes up.
Mhm.
My points are perpendicular. It's because I've done B is.
So last time we did B as 0, 1. This time we're doing B as 1, 0.
Okay.
And so now I'm going to go to Tools, Circle with Center, and I'm going to put in AB and BA. And I'm going to put in line AB. And this time it's going to be this circle centered at B that's going to hold our Apollonian gasket. So to get to my intersect tool, you have to click more twice at the bottom. So you click more and then more again. And then intersect is under points. And I want to find the two intersections of those circles. So again, you could click on the intersections themselves, or you can click on one circle and then the other. And I also, with my intersect tool, want to find this point over here on the right edge of this circle. And there's a handful of different ways that we could construct this initial two big circles in this circle. I'm just going to show you one way to do it. So then with my line tool, I'm going to put in a line through those 2 points. And I want this intersection. So I'm trying to leave in sort of some of the compass and straight edge type steps that you would use to construct this without just using GeoGebra. And then that gives me my first big circle, and I can reflect to get that second big circle. But let's put in a vertical line. So I want to use my perpendicular line tool to do that.
Is that just circle through center? That F?
Yeah, that's just circle with center, centered at F, and then either through A or B.
UA. Yeah.
So then let's grab our perpendicular line tool and click on B and then the horizontal line.
Where is that perpendicular line tool?
It's under construct.
Oh, okay. Yeah. And that's just you, then you select B?
Select B and then select the horizontal line.
Mm-hmm. How do you save this, actually? How's this saved?
So if you're logged in, you click on the hamburger menu at the top, Save Online.
I don't have a hamburger menu. You mean the triangle thing?
The 3 lines at the top left.
Oh, yes, that. Okay. And save online, or?
Yeah. And just give it a descriptive name.
I think I'll just give it the date for now.
And then every time you want to save, you just click Save Online again, and
Okay.
it should pop up with the same thing. All right, I need to put in another circle with center, and I can put in either circle AE or circle EA. I'm going to put in EA. And I want this point right here with my intersect tool, where that big circle centered at E intersects the vertical line through B.
Mine's come up with H. Where's the G? Oh, I've done two. It's done 2 points. But mine's come up as G and H. It's got
That's
done
okay.
both points.
That's fine. That's fine if you have the one down here. That's okay. So then with my line tool, I'm going to select G and then D. So this point up at the top and this point right here. Is it clear where that line is supposed to go? Where that line intersects the horizontal, I want to find the intersection. And
wait, I don't have a H. I don't have a H. Did you just put the H?
I just put that in
there
with my intersect tool.
Okay, yeah, I've got that now. Thanks.
Then with my intersect tool, I also want to put point here at I and a point down here at J. Just the
Wait,
top.
where's that circle comment? Wait a second. What have I not done?
I just zoomed in.
Ah, there's I. Okay. Yeah. And J?
Yeah, one at the top and at the bottom. So then all we have to do is find a radius. So I'm going to grab my circle with center tool and I'm going to put in circle BH because that's the radius of the circle that I want. And then I'm going to use my compass tool to click on that circle and copy it to point I.
Where's the compass tool? Compass.
It's under circles, 2 over from circle with center.
Oh, yeah. Okay. And then you just click on that circle B. Oh, no. And then, oh, okay. Fine.
Mm-hmm. And then I want to find where that circle intersects the vertical. And I'm going to use the compass tool again to copy it there. And now we've got a lot of stuff that we're going to want to hide. So I want to hide, let's see, my lines, almost all my circles. So I'm going into my settings and then clicking the square, which is the object settings, and then checking the show object box with those objects selected.
Where did I've gone into settings?
So
Basic.
go into settings and the square is your object tools. So under basic.
I don't have the square.
So you won't see the square unless you have something selected.
Okay, yeah.
So select a thing you want to hide.
Yeah.
And then, well,
Wait, which ones have you hidden?
so these are the ones I want to keep.
My circle K doesn't. Mine doesn't look like yours, actually. What?
So it should be perfectly tangent to this.
Yeah,
circle.
right. Mine isn't. Mine isn't though. Huh.
So you may not have put this line in correctly from G to D.
I've got a line from G to D.
And then did you do circle BH or circle BF?
BH.
Okay. And then that's the one you copied at I and then again at K?
I think I copied it. So I've gone back. So I've got B, and then if I go to the compasses, where did you? I copied it at I, but it goes through I. The central point of the circle goes through I. That's what I've done. I don't know how to. So I've got the circle at B.
So you've got BH.
Yeah.
And then you use your compass tool to copy it at I.
Yeah.
And then you found the intersection point K.
Wait a second. Well, oh my goodness. Right. So I've copied it at I. Yeah. And then I think that's what I've missed. So then I didn't do the intersect point at K. Okay, K, and then do the compass. Move there.
And then put in circle KI.
Okay, yeah, that's what I missed. So then when I hide, that should be actually fine then.
So I'm going to hide C, D, and H also. And I also don't need those circle centers, so I'll hide those also.
So we have done H. You've hidden all these points then?
Yeah. Hey, Nancy.
Hi, Sarah. I forgot to set my alarm. I meant to get up, but I just wanted to, I'm going to have to follow through the recording, but I wanted to say hi, good morning, and I'll watch this later.
Okay. Well,
My
you haven't missed
J,
everything, so.
my J is in a completely different point than yours.
That's okay. Yours was, I think you had an extra intersection somewhere, and that's okay if you have different names for things.
Hopefully.
I don't even need that point. I'm going to hide it. It's gone. All right, so remember our last construction, we had 3 big tangent circles. So pretty much in order to make an Apollonian gasket, you've got to have 3 mutually tangent circles. So I've got 3 mutually tangent circles here, but I want to fill in the 4th one. So I can just do a reflect about line. So let me see, let me scroll down under transform. I'm going to do reflect about line, and I'm going to reflect this circle over my vertical. And I could invert this circle if I wanted to get this one, but here we have symmetry, so I'm just going to reflect about line to get
It
that
doesn't
one
even
in.
work with this one. Reflect about line. Oh no, that's all right. It has worked now.
Good.
Wrong line.
All right, so does everybody have these 4 circles in their big circle?
Yes, finally.
Awesome. Okay, so if we want to put in this little circle right here, I could have used like compass construction. I could have used the smaller distance that I had between those 2 points that were right here to put a circle in right there. But we're going to do it using circle inversion. So I've got this point at the top. I've got this point at the left. I need this point of tangency here. So let me find my intersect tool and put in this point of intersection. And then I want circle through 3 points.
My intersect now is not working. It's just selecting the circle.
So if you select one circle
Ah,
and then the other circle, it should work.
One circle. Okay, yeah, done that. And then how do you get the big circle?
Circle through 3 points.
Yeah.
And then we want.
And then ILA.
ILA, yeah. All right. And so then if I want a circle that's tangent to my big circle, this circle, and this circle, which one am I going to invert through this circle?
The right-hand circle, BE.
Yeah, the one through B and E. Good. So let's grab our reflect about circle tool.
And which one? Is that under circles? No.
It's under transform.
Transform.
Almost to the bottom.
And then you select the circle BE, or which one do you select? The bigger one first?
So select the circle you want to invert first, and then the circle you're inverting through.
Let's see if this works. Okay, yeah, that's fine.
Good. So then we just repeat this process pretty much the same way we did for our other one. Grab our intersect tool. Let's say I want to put in this little circle right here. I want these intersections and a circle through these 3 points. And then we think about, okay, that's the circle of inversion. Which circle do I want to invert? It's got to be tangent to this one, and this one. So that's going to be this circle right here. So reflect about circle. This is the one I want to invert. This is what I'm inverting through. Was that one okay? And then let's say I want to put one right here. I need this intersection. And I need a circle through those 3 points.
Where did you just get the intersection from?
The intersect tool right here.
No, yeah, but which points was it?
Point O is the one I just put in.
Oh, I've got point O.
Okay, so then I did circle through 3 points, A, O, and M. Then that's the circle of inversion. And it's going to be tangent to this circle, and this circle. So this is the one I want to invert. So I'm going to click on that circle and then that circle.
The big circle.
The one through A, O, and M.
Okay.
Then let's say I want to put a circle in here. So I'm going to put in circle OLN. And the circle that's tangent to these three circles is the big circle. And this is where your reflect about circle tool stopped working last time, I think.
Oh, great.
So we'll see. Hopefully this one works okay.
Oh my goodness, yeah. Let's see a bit.
So I want to reflect my big circle through the circle through O, L, and N to get that little circle right there.
And reflect, I haven't got the right one. Where's the, is it three circles? Where's the reflect? Reflect, okay, it's in transform. So, okay, no, that's worked.
Yay.
Yeah, yeah. Don't know what happened to the other one.
And then we just kind of keep going through this process. So, you know, let's say we want to put a circle right here. I need these 3 points. So I'm going to grab my intersect tool and I'm going to put a point here and here and a circle through those 3 points. And then I want a circle that's tangent to these 3 circles. So that's going to be this one through O, N, and M. And I'm going to have to zoom in quite a bit to be able to select that without selecting the wrong thing. So I want to reflect circle O, N, M through circle A, Q, P.
Oh no, that's not gone right.
So
It's not, that's not worked for some reason. So where the intersect, maybe I did a wrong intersect. I've got intersect QP.
so then you put in circle AQP.
AQP.
With circle through 3 points.
Yeah.
And then reflect about circle.
Yeah.
And we're reflecting circle ONM.
It looks straight, it doesn't look right. It's not done it there, it's done it on the opposite side.
So did you accidentally reflect this circle about this circle?
Which circle around it?
So you want to make sure you click this one first, then this one.
Okay.
You may have done them in the opposite order.
Okay, yeah, that was it.
So let's say that's as far down as we want to go. I'm going to put one more circle in this space before I do reflections. So I'm going to put in this intersection R right here and a circle through, not a conic through 5 points, circle through 3 points. There we go. And the circle that's tangent to these 3 circles is my large outer circle. So I want to reflect my large outer circle through this circle. So reflect about circle, click on my big outer circle, and then this circle, and that gives us this little circle. So then I want to go through and hide stuff I don't need. So I'm going to hide all these circles of inversion. And I'm going to hide some points. You're making a lot of noise in there. What do you need? Just go fast. Do it quickly. You're prolonging the noise. Ask James's help.
No, I don't know how to open this.
Oh my gosh, here. There you go.
Yay, thank you.
Okay, where were we? So we hid some things, and then we're going to do some reflections. So I'm going to do reflect about line, and I'm going to, for some reason in the web version, it doesn't like when you select multiple things at the same time. So I've got to do these one at a time.
Where's the reflect about? Is it transform? Reflect about
Yeah,
line.
under
Okay.
transform,
Yeah.
reflect about line.
Yeah.
Yes, Nancy. So I talk about what it means to reflect about circle early on in the recording.
Okay, yeah, because that's not intuitive. I'm like, wonder what that means. So I'll go back
Yeah,
and
so I showed how you would do it with a compass and straight edge,
oh, cool.
and then I recited a poem.
Oh, can't wait.
Just try to figure it out. You can figure it out. You're 9 years old. You tell your kids, I'm going to be in a class from 9 to 11. It's fine.
I was wondering how you usually succeed in keeping them very quiet. It seems sort of miraculous.
Usually they just, are on their screens, but that one got hungry, so. All right, so where were we? We were reflecting, reflecting.
Oh, I've managed to do all the reflections.
Awesome.
There we go.
Oops.
On this one, it worked. There seems to be one little circle missing in or not missing, but you could add one little circle.
Oh yeah, I mean, there's definitely, we could keep adding circles in all the spaces. You just kind of at some point have to say that's all that I'm going to add. I'm calling it done.
Yeah, I don't think I can do it on my own. So I think this is all that's going to be done.
Why? This one is acting special for me. Let's see. Oh, I already did that one. There we go. And now I'm going to hide my lines and my points. And we've got Apollonian gasket number 2.
In my case, it's number 1. But...
Oh, I didn't reflect that one. Oh well, I have an incomplete, imperfect Apollonian gasket. All right, so now we're gonna do what Gail was asking about, and this sort of arbitrary, if I have 3 circles, how do I find that circle in between the 3 if I don't have already like the circle bounding them? So we had very specific geometric constructions that we used to construct these 2 circles and then to construct the 3 circles in the big circle. So let's make a new file. How do I make a new one? I don't ever use the online GeoGebra. Sometimes, okay. So I just went to geogebra.org/geometry again to make a new one.
Wait, you do a whole complete, we're doing a whole complete new file?
Yeah,
Oh,
I'm making a whole
right.
new one.
Cancel. So wait, how do you, oh my goodness, what's happened to my thing? Okay, I've got a new one somehow, but I don't know where the other one's gone.
Did you save?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
All right, so I'm going to grab my point tool and I'm just going to click 3 random points. And if I have 3 points, they make a triangle. So with my polygon tool, I'm going to put in that triangle. And the first thing I want to do is actually find those 3 tangent circles. So the way I'm going to do that is use the same construction you would use to find the incenter of a triangle. So a circle inscribed in a triangle. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to bisect 2 of these angles and find where those angle bisectors intersect. So I'm going to grab my angle bisector tool and I'm going to put in BAC and BCA. And intersect tool, there we go. Find that intersection. And then a circle that's inscribed in this triangle is going to be perpendicular to all 3 sides. So I'm going to draw a perpendicular to side AC, just so that I don't confuse it with these 2 line segments. So I'm going to find my perpendicular line tool, and I'm going to click on point D and then side AC.
Where is the perpendicular line?
It's under construct.
Oh, okay, yeah. And then you put it through D.
D and then line segment AC.
Mm-hmm.
Then I'm going to find that point of intersection with my intersect tool. And I'm going to go ahead and put in circle DE.
And that's circle about center.
Yes. And we can move points A, B, and C around to make sure we constructed that correctly.
Did you put an intersect through E first, though, didn't you?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, no, I haven't done that.
So you've got to have that point where your perpendicular intersects the side.
Yeah. It's not clicking. Ah, here we go. I think otherwise it was going over the triangle. I've got it now,
so
though.
what we can do is we can, with our arrow tool, we can select that triangle and change its settings so that its color has no opacity so that when we click inside the triangle, we don't accidentally select the triangle.
Okay, so how do you go to, so settings, how do you go to no opacity?
Settings, object, color, opacity.
Object, color. And so you've just put it at the 0. Yeah, okay.
So I have one point where this circle is tangent to the triangle. I also want these other 2 points where the circle is tangent to the triangle. I'm going to go ahead and hide all 3 of those lines first so I don't accidentally find like an intersection of those lines with the triangle. I'm done with these lines now, so I'm going to go ahead and hide those. And then with my intersect tool, I'm going to click on the circle and then side AB and the circle and side BC. And then with my circle with center tool, I can put in circle AE, CE, and BF or BG. And so this just gives me a nice construction for 3 arbitrarily tangent circles. Now, depending on how your points are situated in relation to each other, this next step is going to look a little bit differently for you than it is for me. So just kind of bear with me, okay? Because it's impossible for your 3 points to be in the exact same spot as my 3 points. It's definitely going to look a little different, but it should work exactly the same. So what we're going to do is we're going to construct 2 hyperbolas with the foci at centers A and C and B and A. So scroll down to the hyperbola tool.
What tool is,
So under
okay.
conic sections,
Yeah,
there's a hyperbola.
yeah.
And then the way the hyperbola tool works is you select the 2 foci and then you select a point that's going to be on the hyperbola. So points A and C are going to be our foci and point E is on the hyperbola. So I'm going to click A, C, E. And so you should have one section of the first hyperbola going through point E. And I'm going to go ahead and hide point D because it's going to get in our way if we don't hide it. And I'm going to make this pair of hyperbolas red. So notice how this curves through the center of those 3 circles. I'm going to construct another pair through AB, and where that curve intersects this curve, that's going to be the center of my tangent circle. So do we have that first hyperbola in? So then let's grab our hyperbola tool again, and this time we're going to click A, then B, then H. And I'm going to make this pair green.
Wait, I don't have H.
Okay, so we found the intersections of that circle with the sides of the triangle. So you want to put that point in there first.
And mine's F and it doesn't look like that.
So you do have this point of tangency?
Yeah, F.
Okay.
But when I click on it, it doesn't, it comes up just with two straight lines.
So if they look like straight lines, that's okay. That just means the curvature is really straight.
So A, B,
And then for you,
F.
F. Mm-hmm.
But it just looks like two straight lines.
That's okay.
Yeah, okay.
So you should see where those intersect in the center. So select that point or find it with your intersect tool. And then to get the radius of that circle, all we have to do is construct a line from that intersection point to the centers of one of our circles. So because I have these curves going here, I'm going to draw a line to A.
I don't think I've got that line. The intersect. Mine's like really, yeah, I think mine's wrong. I can't get an intersect on it.
So there will be 4 places where those two hyperbolas intersect. We want the one that's in the center.
Won't do an intersect line though. Okay, fine, I've got one, but I don't think mine doesn't look like yours.
Well, yours shouldn't look exactly like mine.
It's just that those hyperbolas don't look completely different to yours.
That's okay.
To the second one.
Yeah, that's okay. So I'm going to use my line segment tool and I'm going to put in line segment JA. And then
That
I'm going to
perpendicular. Oh, is that perpendicular line or?
No, just line segment. And then I want to find the intersection of that segment with the circle centered at A. And I can do circle with center. And that gives me that first circle. And then if I want the big circle, who can tell me how I'm going to get it?
You want to invert the little circle inside the circle that's transcribed in the triangle.
Yeah, good. So this is the circle I'm going to invert. This is the circle I'm going to invert through because it goes through those 3 points of tangency. So I'm going to reflect this circle about this circle, and I'm going to zoom out, and I get those 2 circles. And those 2 circles are called Soddy circles, S-O-D-D-Y. The same author of that poem as Soddy. So.
Wait, so you've just done that with the bigger mine? I know it has worked. Just I have to zoom out.
Now, if I try to move points A, B, and C, the same 2 circles aren't necessarily going to work because you might need a different pair of hyperbolas. So if I start moving these around, see how it gets kind of wonky, like, woo, but it works up to a point. But that's how you would construct your arbitrary tangent circle. And it's not the easiest thing to construct a hyperbola by hand.
There's no wonder I have much luck with this, really. Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Oh, can you make them circles have a certain radius and then it'll change? Or because it seems to be kind of a coordinate system, isn't it? They're all centers are on a coordinate.
Mm-hmm.
Can you make them have a certain radius, so circle A or?
Yeah, so you can, there's circle with center and radius.
Right.
So you can construct, like you could use that algebraic formula for the circles, where it was the sum of the squares, or the square of the sum of the reciprocals equals 2 times the sum of the reciprocals of the squares. And you could rearrange that to put in your formula.
I'll have to work on that one then. So that'd be really good, because you can try and do that. Then I can go to like this process then.
Yeah.
Oh God, that's brilliant. Oh, thank you. That's brilliant. Thank you.
But I don't know. I still think the algebraic approach is a little complicated. So the circle inversion is nice. Yeah. Any other questions?
Just one, if you don't mind. Can you bring an image into GeoGebra? Say I've got the circles as they should be. Can I put a mask, like an image in the background, or doesn't it do that?
Yeah. So I don't know how to do it off the top of my head. So you can upload a picture.
Yeah. So I could probably get my circles over the circles I've got, and then it's going to give me an idea where they should be. Right. That would help.
So I can
put it in position.
I can put this wherever I want it.
Yeah, that would really help. Oh, yes, thank you.
And if you want to do a video of it, how do you do that? Do you want to
So I do Windows G and use the so I'm on a PC, so I just use the like the gaming toolbar that people use to stream their video games, and I record that way. I do a screen capture. Where is that picture in my algebra view?
It's just save the screenshot rather than.
I lost my circles. They're around here somewhere. There they are. Oh, nope. There we go. Got them back. Any other questions?
When you're coloring, are you using GeoGebra or do you use other software? I know you can fill the circles in and things, but
so usually I just do my coloring in Photoshop. Sometimes I do coloring in GeoGebra. You don't have as much control. Like I can select whatever colors I want to, you know, like I could enter a specific color and change my opacity and that sort of thing. But I have like palettes of presets set up in Photoshop that I like to use and that sort of thing. So,
yeah.
But you can get cool like effects with like transparency and that sort of thing just in GeoGebra.
Other graphics go across to Photoshop and act like a shape.
So Photoshop is just gonna rasterize things. So you could use Illustrator instead
Right.
if you want to keep it as a vector graphic.
Right.
Photoshop is my comfort zone more so than Illustrator. Well, thank you guys for coming.
Oh, thank you so much. Oh
Yeah.
gosh, I'm going to be
Thank you.
smiling for the rest of the day. Brilliant.
Tag
Thank
me
you.
if you construct anything and post it online so I can see what you've done. Yeah.
Yeah. This was
Hopefully
great.
you
Thank you.
found this as cool little tricks as I did. I don't know. I'm always trying to find new ways to find tangent circles. So this last little bit is one that I just figured out how to do yesterday. So
I'm glad you did. I'm so pleased.
sometimes, you have to sit with something for a little bit and then, it comes. Like I knew exactly what I needed to look up, and somebody had a construction that wasn't exactly this construction, but it was similar, and I was able to apply it. So I didn't just come up with the hyperbola thing on my own. I can't take credit for that. But it's a real cool solution. And it just has to do with the fact that hyperbolas have that reciprocal of a square in their definition, in their algebraic definition, that makes it easy to use those to solve the Descartes theorem for the tangent circles. So
It's going to help a lot with some of the Gothic constructions that I need to do.
yeah, for sure. For sure, because then you could take each one of these circles and construct an Apollonian gasket inside each of those circles and construct an Apollonian gasket inside each of those circles and, go down as far as you want. So, well, cool.
Right.
I am going to stop the recording